In the world of Escape from Tarkov, there are so many different ways that you can make money. Whether it's loot runs on your PMC, scav runs, or using the hideout, everyone has a preferred method of stacking up the roubles. Doing money runs on your PMC is a great option for players with tons of experience in this game. However, the main problem is that you have to spend money and risk the gear you bring into raid in order to make money. If you're a brand new player learning the game, this can be daunting, so that leads to a lot of them doing scav runs. And scav runs are a risk-free way of making money. You go in with a free kit, and if you manage to survive, you can come out with a ton of money. Problem with scav runs, however, is that if you die, you lose it all. You didn't risk anything, but you also didn't gain anything. I know, I'm literally just explaining the game at its core, but hear me out. What if I told you there was a 100% risk-free way to make money in Escape from Tarkov? And what if I also told you that you never have to leave the stash in order to do it? So today I'm going to be showing you guys how you can make free money in Escape from Tarkov without even leaving the stash. Did you guys know that 98% of you that watch my videos are not subscribed? That's insane. Do me a favor, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and you might as well turn on notifications while you're at it. Just make sure you don't miss out on any future videos. That's all I'm asking. Alright, so before we jump into this video, I just want to point out the fact that while this method that I'm about to show you is a viable option for making money, please understand that this is not going to be a super get rich quick kind of thing. That's really not how anything goes in Tarkov unless you find like a red key card. But I just wanted to let you guys know, yes, you can make a ton of money doing this, but no, you're not going to make millions of rubles per hour. Also, on top of that, I just want to say it seems like anytime I make a video on how to make money, people often assume that I'm saying this is the absolute best way to make money and this is exactly what you have to do and only this. The purpose of my videos is just to kind of show you guys different ways that you can make money, and if you take all of these things and you do it all together, you can build up a ton of money over time and then you will never have to worry about it. So jumping straight into this, today we're going to be talking about a little thing called flea market flipping. Now, back in the day before we had the found and raid flea market only, you could essentially sell anything on the flea market that you either found in raid, pulled off of somebody that brought it in. You could buy stuff straight from traders and sell it on the flea market. And a lot of people back then would buy things that were locked behind certain levels of traders. So for example, they would buy the shift grips or the RK3s. People who got higher level really fast, they would just buy those things and then sell them on the flea market for an insane markup. That way the lower level players could get a hold of it, but they would have to pay the extra price. Now for me, I kind of found a lot of different ways back then to buy certain things from the trader and then sell it on the flea, and just do that consistently for 10-20 minutes before I started playing for the day, and I would make just insane money. But unfortunately, now that we have the found and raid flea market, you cannot do that anymore. So for example, what I used to do was with these RGD grenades right here, there's a trade for proper for one ES slant will get you an RGD, and you could do that as many times as you wanted back then. I would buy the ES lamps on the flea market for anywhere from 7 to 10k, and then I would throw all of these grenades up in like huge bulk numbers, 100, 200, something like that, and then I would sell them all for like 12 or 13,000 rubles, and I would just make stupid money. But anyways, you can't do that anymore. So now what can you do? Well, there are a ton of items in the game that you can buy on the flea market for a lot cheaper than what a trader will pay. If you look on the screen right now, I have a bunch of those items. This is definitely not all of them. You're gonna have to experiment and mess around and see what you guys can figure out. These are just a few examples of things that I do sometimes just to kind of get you guys going. So at some point, I'm going to throw up on the screen a little chart that I made with all of these items. And on that chart, it will show you all of the prices that the traders will pay for each of these items. So the majority of these are going to be with therapists. So if we go over to her, over to the cell, you'll see that all of these prices correlate with what I have on that spreadsheet. So for example, if you go to therapist and you see that she pays 57,056 rubles for a golden rooster, then you go over to the flea market, you check the lowest price. If it's under that number, you'll buy it and then you'll sell it straight back to therapist. So as you can see, we've got a lot of different items here. And again, this is just kind of to get you guys started. If we go through some of them, you can see all of these prices and then you just go through them one by one. I usually do this at the beginning of the day while I'm doing hideout stuff. I'll go through all these and make a quick little bit of money. But if we go through all these, you'll see on, like, for example, the Landmarks rat poison, 32,061. If we go over here, we just found one for 27. We can buy that. Sometimes I'll have to flip back and forth because I'll forget what the price is. That's why that spreadsheet is handy. So let me actually pull that up so I don't have to keep going back and forth. All right, so again, with the rat poison, if we go over here and look, we'll see that they're all above that price. So we're going to skip that one. And then you can move on, obviously, to all these different ones. We got the Raven here. We can buy that. I think I just overpaid for one of those. Oh, well. Just go through these, find ones that are lower than what the trader will pay. Sometimes it might be only a couple hundred rubles. Sometimes it might be a few thousand. It really just depends. 39,708. We'll buy this one for 37. 31,500. We'll come over here. Got one right here for 31. Got a bunch of them for 31. We just made, I don't know, 3,000 rubles right there. Something like that. 34,932. There's one that's cheaper right there. I think there was another one, but oh well. Fire Steel, 39,943. Come over here. Don't have any cheaper. They're all listed for euros and dollars. But anyways, you guys get the point. I'm going to go through real quick, buy as much of this stuff as I can, and then we'll show you. Keep in mind that we started this at 12 million rubles even. And then I'm going to go through, buy all these different things, and then sell it all just to show you guys what a quick little profit we can make. All right, so I just went through all of them. Not all of them were lower than what the trader will pay for them, but as you guys can see, we did get a bunch of stuff, and I'm going to go ahead and sell all of this. See where we're sitting. Okay, so we did make a little bit more than what's showing here. I accidentally bought a few things that were a little over what the trader will pay for them, so just make sure you guys are paying attention and you're not overpaying for stuff like I accidentally just did. I want to say we made around 5 to 10k, something like that, but let me actually sell the thing that I overpaid for. I think I only overpaid by a couple hundred, but as you can see, that took me maybe 2 minutes total and we made 14,000. Now, I know what a lot of you guys are thinking right now. You're saying to yourself, oh my gosh, who has the time to spend doing all that just to make 14,000 rubles? Now, I can completely understand where you're coming from. If you're somebody that's been playing this game for a long time, making money is super easy for you. I get it. You might not want to do this. If you don't, that's totally fine. No worries. Thanks for stopping by. But if you're a newer player and you're just looking for ways to make money, let's say you've got 500k in the bank. If you wanted to spend 10-20 minutes a day doing this, you can absolutely do that and make just a little bit of extra money for free. So one quick thing I want to mention to make this a little bit easier. Let's say you don't want to have all these things sitting here so you can go through filter. It takes too much time. If you want to speed it up a little bit, you can go over to the wish list and put it all on your wish list. If you don't know how to do that, right click the item or search it. And then once it's pulled up here, you can click this little arrow and there's a button right here that will say add to wish list. I've just reset my money back to 12 million and I'm going to go through and do this one more time really quick just to give you guys an idea. The last run that I did was didn't make a whole lot of sense. So I'm going to do it one more time just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. All right, so that time I didn't screw any of them up. This is all the stuff that we got. I spent maybe 2 to 3 minutes on it. I'm gonna go ahead and sell it all and see how much profit we made. Okay, so as you guys saw, we started at 12 million rubles. We spent maybe 3 minutes tops buying all of those things. We sold it all and we made 63,665 rubles. 2 to 3 minutes worth of effort. I'm sure you can imagine if you spent a very long time doing this, you could end up making a lot of money for free. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of haters, a lot of people talking trash in the comments saying that, oh, why don't you just spend your time doing scav runs or doing PMC runs, blah, blah, blah. I get it. I totally understand that mindset. And if that's how you guys want to do it, feel free. This is just another way for people to make money. And that's the main reason why I'm showing you guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you learned something. If you take this advice and you decide to start doing it yourself, let's say you find more things that you can do this with, make sure you leave it down in the comments so other people can check and see other items that they can add to their list. I'm sure there's probably over 100 to 200 items that you could do this with, and this number could probably be way higher if you're doing it with more items. So I want to thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.